I was sent to protect some of my fellow Earthmen on a mission to your lovely planet, and if they don't get back in one piece, I'm really gonna look like a dick.
Welcome back to Director's Choice. Mark Grayson, aka Invincible, is the eponymous star of Amazon's series Invincible. As you can guess, he's a superhero that fights to protect the Earth from invaders both within and outside.
Can I live up to all that?
You need to decide what kind of hero you want to be.
His powers include superhuman endurance, flight, invulnerability, and enhanced healing. You know, basically all the superpowers that we mere mortals wished we had. So what would it be like to be best friends with Invincible? Do you think it's something that you'd particularly enjoy? Or would it be just like every regular friendship? Well, in today's video, we'll be talking about what we think it would be like to be best friends with Invincible. Without further ado, let's get right to it.
I think Amber's been pretty clear about how she feels. I'm nothing like my dad. I want to be just like you.
We all probably know that one person that has a crazy amount of determination. No matter how bleak the chances are, they keep fighting to get what they want. They never back down from a challenge, and they don't ever quit.
Could you define not that tough?
Just knock some sense into the guy and throw him back where he came from. Easy.
That would be Invincible. He has a crazy amount of sheer will that is beyond normal. He carries on by sheer will. For example, on several occasions, he has continued fighting even though he was severely injured. In fact, he continued fighting even when he had a broken arm and leg and was even disemboweled. As his friend, you'll likely get into a lot of arguments with him, but it's not often for the best. He will continue to push you to do better for yourself and will never let you give up on yourself when you feel discouraged or when it seems like all hope is lost. We all need a friend like this in our lives. Unlike mainstream superheroes like Captain America and the rest, Invincible isn't exactly confident about his powers. He sometimes doubts his powers and struggles a lot with self-doubt.
There, see? Now he'll tell me everything.
This trait clashes with his determined will, and as his best friend, it can drive you crazy sometimes. Imagine your best friend being super determined about something that everyone else feels like is a dead end and refusing to give up, but at the same time, he is crippled with self-doubt about something that he is so obviously good at. This can give you whiplash.
Hey, I didn't invent the rules.
What rules? I don't even know who you are.
Oh, you don't?
His struggles with self-doubt will make no sense to you because you know that he isn't as bad as his doubts make him believe that he is. And even though you reassure him about this, he still has the doubts. You'll have to get used to reassuring him every 10 seconds that he's really as good as he thinks, and this can get tiring over time. Of course you care about your best friend, but you just want him to believe you when you tell him that he's good enough.
It's okay. This is why I'm always late or why I don't show. Because I'm off saving lives or stopping some bad guys or going to Mars. I wanted to tell you so many times.
Remember how we said that he's super determined? Well, this extends to his beliefs as well. It may take some time for him to warm up to a belief and come to accept it fully, but once he does, you can be assured that he will fight for it with everything that he has.
How's it feel to save the world? Or at least the country?
He may have some fears, but fighting for what he truly believes in is not one of those fears. As his best friend, you'll probably be dragged with him along to campaigns, rallies, and protests. He's steadfast in what he believes in, and it would take a force of nature to move him once he gets invested. He'll likely drag you along with him while he fights for justice and peace, and who knows, he might even make an activist out of you.
You're the one who told me not to tell Amber I was invincible.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you to string her along for 5 months while being an asshole about it. Thought you'd figure that part out yourself.
By now you may have guessed that Invincible can often be a bag of contradictions. But aren't we all? Life isn't always black or white, because there are often gray areas in between. While Invincible isn't afraid to fight for what he believes is right, it often takes him some time to arrive at a conclusion of what he believes is right or not. Once he arrives at the decision, he becomes unswayable, but the process it takes to get there takes a while.
I know, right?
No, you do need to know that. I'm not kidding. It's really important that you can find places from the air.
He's often torn between what he believes is good or bad, and this means that it takes him quite some time to make up his mind, and in the process, he is very easily swayed. One moment, he seems to be secure that he has made up his mind, but then he comes across some information that disagrees with what he already knows, so he switches to the other side. He will often do this before he finally makes up his mind. As his best friend, this is going to make you want to tear out your hair, especially when it comes to small and insignificant decisions, like where he wants to order dinner from.
I like you guys way better than Fight Force.
Oh, we're definitely better than Fight Force. Those guys are the worst. Their asses kicked by the Lizard League last year. Meet me out front after class, Invincible.
He's a superhero who has managed to keep his identity secret from most people. That takes a lot of energy, time, and effort. It also takes a lot of self-control and discipline, because sometimes the secret can get too heavy and he just wants to blurt it out, but he doesn't. He's very good at keeping secrets, so as his best friend, you can be sure that your secrets are safe with him. No matter what the temptation may be, he will always keep your secrets. He's a superhero who has successfully kept his identity secret from most people, so you know that he's really good at keeping secrets. While he won't divulge your secrets, you have to wonder what secrets he's keeping from you as his best friend.
Mark! Oh man, it's so good to see you're all right. I mean, after everything on the TV about you and Omni... Hey, Amber.
He's really good at keeping secrets, so it wouldn't be out of place to assume that he has some secrets that he's keeping from you. You'll probably wonder if he would have told you about his secret identity if you hadn't found out by mistake. He's a master at keeping secrets, so you'll always wonder if he's hiding some things from you. You can't blame him, though. Superhero work is very sensitive. He finds a good way to balance being a superhero, school, home, and his friends. He had somehow managed to juggle everything successfully. That takes a lot of serious planning and juggling. As his best friend, you'll feel secure in the knowledge that he's putting effort into the friendship. Of course, he could just blow you off with the excuse that he has superhero stuff to do, or he's tired after a long day of school and being a superhero.
Don't bring up that stupid job, man. Don't be that person.
You would understand this because it's true. But he wouldn't do that to you. Somehow, he finds a way to be there for all his friends whenever they need him to be. He's a good and sturdy friend when he needs to be. You know that friend that you plan to go out for dinner with, and they never show up and instead send a text 4 hours later with a lame excuse for why they couldn't make it? Yeah, that wouldn't be Invincible.
I think Amber's been pretty clear about how she feels. Todd.
Are you serious, Grayson?
While he's calm, helpful, and gracious most of the time, he can sometimes have bouts of anger. Sometimes his pleasant and affable nature disappears, and he gets short-tempered and blows up at you for things he would normally ignore or laugh about. While anger is a normal and healthy human emotion, his bad temper may sometimes get out of hand, and he'd do things that he wouldn't otherwise have done. As his best friend, you're likely to get into arguments with him, and he may say hurtful things that he doesn't really mean.
When's the last time you bought a comic book? Those things are expensive. And they're doing Seance Dog twice a month, all summer.
You're into the stupidest stuff.
Invincible is definitely on track to join the list of the most loved superheroes. He's kind, helpful, and tries his best to look after people that he truly cares about. While being his best friend is sure to be a pleasurable experience, there are bound to be some rocky experiences every now and then. This is perfectly normal because every friendship has its ups and downs. But at the end of the day, you know for sure that you have a friend who would do you a solid whenever you need him to. What do you think of Invincible? Would you want to be friends with him? What do you think being his best friend would be like? Let us know in the comments. Take a look at this recent clip by Director's Choice, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.